Hello all the students, welcome to the online course of Matrix Methods of Structural Analysis. So previously we have completed with member approach of stiffness matrix method for beam structure. Now today we will start with this structure approach for beam element using stiffness matrix method. Before that, we will again review the concept of kinematic degree of freedom, that is kinematic indeterminacy. So for beam, we have 2 degrees of freedom per node, and those 2 degrees of freedom are: one is translation, that is delta, and second is rotation, that is theta. These two are the degrees of freedom per node. Okay. So in member approach we consider at each joint these 2 degrees of freedom, and applying the boundary conditions, then we come to know what are the unknown degrees of freedom. Okay. Now here we will see one by one for each support how to calculate degree of freedom. So here suppose for first hinge support. Okay, so for this support we know it cannot move in this direction, it cannot move in vertical direction as well as horizontal direction. Okay, so here it can only rotate. Roller support, it can only rotate. So this support, it is having only 1 degree of freedom. That means it can move freely in rotation, therefore that degree of freedom, it is theta. Okay, the second support we will see for roller support. So roller support, we know that roller support, it can rotate and also it can move in this direction, but as we are neglecting the axial displacement, therefore we need to consider here only this rotation. It cannot move in vertical direction. Okay, there is no freedom in moving in vertical direction, there is a freedom only in rotating. So roller support is also having 1 degree of freedom, that is theta. Third support, fixed support. Okay, fixed support, we know the fixed support, it cannot move in any direction. Okay, it is a fixed support, it cannot move in horizontal direction, vertical direction also, it cannot rotate. Okay, there is a rigidity, therefore the degree of freedom for this support is 0. Next support, spring support. So spring support, we know already we have seen there are 2 degrees of freedom for spring support, and those are delta and theta. Spring, it can move as well as it can rotate. Number 5, guided support. Now property of guided support that we know, guided support, it can be shown this way. The difference between guided support and roller support already we have seen in previous unit, previous video lectures. So guided support property, it can move in vertical direction. It can move in vertical direction, but it cannot rotate. Okay, therefore this support is having only 1 degree of freedom, that is delta. This guided support is also called as slider support. Number 6, that is last support, internal hinge. That can be shown just with this type of symbol, dot. So this internal hinge, it is having 3 degrees of freedom, that is delta, and there are 2 rotations, theta 1 and theta 2. Suppose this is the first member, this is the second member. So this support, okay, because of this there is a rotation in this direction also, theta 1, and also this direction, theta 2. Okay, so because of this internal hinge, there are 2 deformations that occur. Okay, so this is just a summary of how to calculate degrees of freedom. Okay, knowing the type of support, knowing the property of support. So here we will start with our structure approach. So in structure approach, the steps for the solution, they are already given in notes. You read those steps. Also we will see the problem. In that you will get to know regarding the steps that are followed in this structure approach. Now the main concern is about here in this structure approach, it is compatibility equation, and that equation here we are using compatibility equation, that is also called as equation of equilibrium. It is AD is equal to ADL plus K into D. This is the compatibility equation that we have to use in structure approach. Okay, now we will see meaning of each term. AD matrix. AD matrix, it means the element in this matrices that we have to write. That element, it means action corresponding to unknown displacement in original structure. Action corresponding to unknown displacement in original structure. Okay, so you can relate this AD matrix to joint forces calculation in member approach. If you remember in member approach how we are calculating the joint forces. Okay, so that joint forces column or this AD matrix from structure approach, both calculation it is same. Okay, AD means action corresponding to displacement, unknown displacement in original structure. This is in structure approach. And joint forces that we are calculating in the step of calculation of equivalent nodal force F is equal to minus Q plus joint forces. So there we are calculating joint forces as the action corresponding to the displacement in original structure. Okay, so both terms are same here. This term is from structure approach and this term is from member approach. Okay, just correlate these two terms. Now next term, this is ADL. ADL, this is corresponding to original structure, the first one, original structure problem, original figure. Now the second term is ADL, that is action corresponding to unknown displacement in restrained structure. In restrained structure, action corresponding to unknown displacement in restrained structure. Restrained structure, that means when supports are fixed. When supports are fixed. Okay, so this ADL term from structure approach, it is similar to the term small q from member approach. In member approach, while calculating the equivalent element nodal load vector, so that time we are taking the structure, whatever the structure, beam, frame, grid. So in that case we are taking all supports as a fixed support. We are calculating the reaction moment at that support and then we are writing this Q matrix. Okay, so this reaction and moment, they are the action corresponding to the displacement corresponding to that element, and the same meaning it is here for this ADL matrix. Action corresponding to displacement in restrained structure. Okay, that is fixed support beam, fixed end beam. Okay, so this is the meaning of this ADL. Now this K, that is your usual stiffness matrix that you have to write here by using the method of direct approach. Okay, taking degree of freedom one by one and writing all the elements of these stiffness matrices. And last term, that is this D, that is unknown displacement matrix. Whatever unknown displacements are there, degrees of freedom are there, that matrix it is this D matrix. Okay, so here this compatibility equation, it is there, AD matrix, ADL matrix, K matrix and D matrix. Now we will see the steps for the solution of the continuous beam using this structure approach under the stiffness matrix method. So steps are very simple. The very first step is to calculate degree of freedom. So from structure and seeing what type of joint it is there, so according to that you have to find unknown degree of freedom. Here it is only unknown degree of freedom that you have to write. Okay, suppose let's say example, this type of example, whatever the type of loading, support A, B, C and D. Okay, now in member approach what we are doing, we are taking 2 degrees of freedom at this joint, 2 degrees of freedom at B, 2 degrees of freedom at C, 2 degrees of freedom at D. Total 4 nodes are there, therefore total degree of freedom it is equal to 8. Now in that also we are applying the boundary condition. Okay, so in boundary condition, degree of freedom this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, when we write the boundary condition and we apply those boundary conditions here, so some values are remaining with a question mark. Okay, that is what the last unknown in this solution, last unknown in that problem. Okay, and that unknown, whatever the question mark unknowns are there, only they are corresponding to those degrees of freedom. So only those degrees of freedom you have to consider here in this structure approach. So here let us see this example. Number 1, 2, it is a fixed support, so they are 0. 1, 2 are 0. After that this is a roller support, so this vertical is 0. This 4 is unknown, that is theta B. Then this number 5 at support C, it is a roller support. This number 5 vertical, that is also 0. This number 6 roller support, it can rotate, theta is unknown, therefore number 6 that is theta C is unknown. And support D, number 8 and number 7, it is a fixed support, so both are 0. All degrees of freedom are 0 and now remaining are this theta B and theta C. Okay, so here in structure approach, while writing this first step degree of freedom, you don't have to consider all 8 degrees of freedom, only unknown degrees of freedom, that is these 2, and in bracket you can write theta B, theta C. Okay, in structure approach there is no such a numbering for 8 degrees of freedom. Directly you have to write only 2 unknowns are there, that is theta B and theta C. This is the first step. Second step, that is according to the equation that we have just seen, AD matrix, ADL matrix, K matrix and D matrix. So you have to calculate all these elements, calculate AD matrix, calculate ADL matrix, then calculate K matrix and then calculate this, this D, it is already defined, that is theta B, theta C. Apply this equation and calculate these unknown degrees of freedom. Okay, so next thing it is regarding that compatibility equation or equilibrium equation. Calculate all matrices, find unknown degrees of freedom. Once you get unknown degrees of freedom, last you have to apply the equation to calculate reaction and moment. So that equation to find reaction and moment, use this equation, that is AM equal to AML plus AMD into D matrix. Okay, so this equation, it is just a matrix form of slope deflection equation. Okay, so this AM, that is all unknown reaction and moments are there, unknown forces are there. This, it contains AM matrix, it contains unknown. Here unknown are reaction and moments, so that values will be there in this matrix, equal to AML. So here this AML, it means the moments from restrained structure, the moment and reaction that we get from restrained structure. Okay, when you consider each member separately and make it as a fixed support at both the ends and calculate the moment and reaction, so that values corresponding to those numbers are appear in this AML matrix plus AMD matrix. So this AMD matrix, it contains the values of unknown moment and reaction in unit displacement figure that I will explain in problem statement when we will solve the problem. And this last D, that is a vector of displacement which are calculated in the previous step. Okay, so this way the problem using the structure approach is solved. So in next video we will see the problem based on this. Thank you.